Hey, everybody. Uh, Welcome to this evening's show. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. Um, Got on a little late today, had a few things happening. Um, a lot of breaking news that's been going on around the environment that we live in these days. It's been pretty crazy, pretty hectic, and things are changing by the minute, it seems like. So, um, gosh, I started the week off with, my kids were just going to be out of school for spring break. Then it went to being 2 weeks. And then about 10, 20 minutes ago, I was informed that their school's closed indefinitely. So that's been pretty crazy that the way things have been going on around here. So, you know, just hello, good evening, everybody. Just thank you for coming along. It's been quite shocking, a lot of the things that have been going on. If anybody's been paying attention to the news, you would have been paying attention to what's been going on in the government and President Trump doing announcements. Um, we're also under the same sort of thing here in the state of Texas where I live at. And then locally, things have changed. So do me a favor, guys. If you're watching live, go ahead and drop in the hashtag in the comments hashtag Team Live. And if you're going to watch later in the replay, just drop in the comments hashtag Team Replay. Again, you guys can follow me on Twitter at MyGayWordVomit, or you can follow me on Facebook at Gabriel Leal, or you can go to the show page at Made from Scratch Broadcast. You can follow me there, or you can follow me on Instagram Live where I'm streaming at right now. It is at the_Gabriel_Leal on Instagram. And then you can follow us live on our YouTube channel. And if you're watching on YouTube Live, do us a favor, hit the like and subscribe button, or drop in the comments whether your commentary on this, what you think about it, and I'll answer and respond to it as soon as I can. So it's been pretty crazy. The next couple of weeks are going to be pretty crazy. Just trying to figure out how all this is going to play out, because it's been a pretty interesting, it's been pretty interesting to see everything that's transpired so quickly. And, again, it's gone from kids were just going to be out for 2 weeks, and all of a sudden now it's indefinitely. And it's kind of like everything that's been falling in line with like sporting events. And even now they put a ban here in the city of Dallas and in Dallas County, where I live at in Texas here. It's they're going to be strict enforcing that there should be no crowds over 50 people in one area at one time. Restaurants, bars, microbreweries, that sort of thing, they cannot serve except to go. So no dine-in is available. Bowling alleys, clubs, family entertainment sort of places are all being mandated to close. So it's getting pretty crazy around here. Yeah, Thomas, it seems like it is the end of time. That's pretty crazy, and not my idea of what the rapture would be, but who knows? Only the Lord knows. Only God knows what's going to be happening around here. But again, it's been you sit back and you watch the news, and sometimes I really don't like watching the news, because it's always so negative, and it puts me just in a different state of mind. And I don't like to think that way. And I've tried to have the most upbeat attitude about everything that's going on, right? I've been like everybody else, going to the stores, going to go see, getting the necessary items that's been selling at toilet paper and paper towels and water, bottled water, and all these different things that have been that's just been going on pretty crazy. And the thing that trips me out about all of this, right, is that the fact that we still have to go on and functioning as a society. So, you know, we still have to live lives. We still have to find a way to, uh, we have to find a way to work. We have to find to, bring food on the table, and that's going to be a whole interesting aspect. And the only thing that I can equate it to is what it must have been like back in, the old in the 1600s, maybe, like when the plague or cholera or any of these other polio, any of these diseases that seem pretty normal now, we're killing hundreds and millions of people, you know, and if you had the plague, it was pretty much a death sentence. And not saying that the coronavirus is that way, but some people they take it that way, and the news, the way they talk about it, and testing, and I'm pretty sure they're somewhere in a lab somewhere trying to put stuff together to find some sort of their antidote. They're looking for a solution, and right now the only solution is containment, and it's pretty scary. I was reading earlier that Idris Alba tested positive for coronavirus. So, he's another high end actor who's, Tom Hanks and I believe his wife Rita Wilson. They were in Australia and they tested positive, and it just seems to be going everywhere. I mean, there's no there is no racial line. There is no sort of, it's just to whoever and whatever. And that's, these sort of things, they don't judge. They just do what they do. And that's the crazy part about being in the environment that we live in. So I think for the next couple days, good. I have a couple guests on, which is pretty good. It'll take my mind off of it, take the mind off of everybody else. So, but still, I mean, you never know what changes day by day. And as of right now, I still have a job. I still go to work. But they are getting a little bit more stricter on things. We signed agreements today, saying that we don't have, we haven't tested positive. We haven't gone out of the country. We haven't done certain things. So, I mean, they're doing the right thing by taking precautionary measures. But gosh, I would like to hear if somebody, if they're having something like that happening at their job. That would be interesting to find out, because I think this mandate that they just ordered, and they're going to have it enforced by the police and the code enforcement, is they're going to find people who don't follow these rules. And it is pretty crazy, because it's going to affect a lot of people. I mean, you can't keep a full staff of kitchen. You can't keep a full staff of waiters and bartenders and all these other people on staff, if you're closing down, right? If you can only serve to go, if you can only, so that, and again, people live off of tips, waiters and waitresses live off of tips. Gosh, what are those people going to do? What is, it's a interesting topic when you talk about how these people's lives are affected. And again, I'm just like everybody else. I am a little worried. I think I'll be okay. We'll be all right. Right now the cupboards are stocked. We got extra supplies of things. So, life is good right now. We still have our faith to lean on. So, but again, you don't know, I guess it's the uncertainty of what tomorrow brings. And again, if you live your life every day that way, and you go and attack the day thinking you don't know what's going to happen, then I don't know if this really affects your psyche very much. And for me, it's not really me that I'm worried about. It's the other, uh, it's the other people in my life that I worry about. Um, because I have youngins, and gosh, I'd hate to see anything bad happen or anybody's kids. For that matter, that's the crazy. That's the part that I guess what parents are. It's a good thing I guess they had to cancel the schools because kids don't understand the gravity of what's going on. They wouldn't know why they would always have to wash their hands, why they always had to put sanitizer on them, why Timmy couldn't, wipe his boogers on a desk or whatever the heck it was. Who knows? Uh, it's makes me just wonder. Like Thomas was saying, it's the end of times. I don't think so. I think we'll be resilient as usual. Yeah, Carrie, hopefully they are too. Again, because there's some people, I get it, been there, done that, paying, living check to check. We don't all prepare for the worst. Not all of us work. Again, yeah, it's everybody. It's their fault, but I mean, we can't all live perfect lives, and we learn as we go along. So, but again, life has to go on. So, if you can't work, but guess what? Your landlord wants his money. He needs that money. How does that work? How does that, how does that, uh, maybe they start providing temporary assistance, kind of like they do in emergencies. But again, how fast can they actually distribute the money, and what kind of process do you have to go to prove that you need it? That's going to be another, red tape that people might have to jump through. And again, when you're living paycheck to paycheck, you don't get that money. All of a sudden, things start getting tight. The stress, the worry, the anxiety, that's when all that starts to kick in. And then the thought process and man, I know that I'll be okay, but I worry about a lot of people, and it's scary to think about. But we can only do what we can only do, and I think that's where we have to depend on each other and lift each other up and help each other whenever we can. That's where we have to lean on each other, friends, families, coworkers. Yeah, that's that's one of the things, right? That what kind of long-term effects is this going to have? And one of the things that's fixing to come into that's going to be something that I've been harping about, and I actually did a video about it today on LinkedIn, was about video creation and content creation, and that's about to come into big play because a lot of these schools are still going to have to get these educators are still going to have to get the children taught. Children are still going to have to learn. So, that's why I was always an advocate of using video. Video is it's a very powerful tool, and again, you can reach out. Kind of like what I'm doing now. Here I am setting you can schedule time to go on live. You can do the same thing if you were a teacher to teach your whole classroom. Hopefully, glad that some of these other companies like AT&T and Spectrum are providing free internet for people who maybe don't have it, or they do have it but can't afford certain things. So, there is support and kindness going around in these times. I think this is where you'll see the resiliency of everybody, and us as humans, we will have to deal with it. Um, we've dealt with epidemics before. We've got past them. We've dealt with wars. We got past them. Um, yes, people lose lives. There's collateral damage. That's not going to be any different with this epidemic that's happening now. And I think that's the scary part for most people is, they don't want to be a victim. They don't want it to happen to them. And, this is again a whole new aspect that we're looking at. And, again, it affects you everywhere. Home, school, work. So what's really gonna happen? What's really gonna happen when these things happen? So, hey guys on Instagram, let me just give you guys a shout out. What's up, KB? My guest for tomorrow is actually going to be on here, Eric. Hey, Eric, what's going on, guys? Just talking a little bit about the current situation that's going on. There was a lot of breaking news for those who are just hopping on now and just seeing, they've done a lot of closures. Schools have been closed indefinitely. So this thing has taken on a whole new, gosh, I'm lost for words to even say, because it's, again, I didn't ever expect it to get to this point. You hear people joke about it at work. People say things, and it's always, it should have been the Bud Light virus and blah blah blah. And now, I mean, it's a whole new thing, man. Yeah. I wish I could show that comment. That's a good one. So he just commented, say, I'm selling hand sanitizer and mask for $1,000 a bottle. Well, that probably could go for somebody who would probably buy it. But again, it is, but now, yeah, it's starting to get scary. People, it's gone to that point where even me who I usually don't panic about these things. Like my dad was a panicker. Whenever Y2K was happening, he was one of those, hey, we need to start stockpiling batteries, and and nobody really, you did have those people who really took it seriously, and you did, again, those who didn't and would just wait it out. And of course, nothing happened, but they were planning for Armageddon. But then something like this happens, right? And same sort of thing. You hear about it. Oh man, it's in the news. It's over in Europe. It's over in China. Don't worry about it till it comes to your front door, until it's right there and you're at your doorstep. And it is scary. It is scary if you don't think that it can happen to you. It really can. I mean, actors, again, there's no prejudice. It just happens to you. There's no, hey, you get to pick who's going to get coronavirus. We just get it. Yeah. Again, yeah. The thing that kids and older people, and you start looking at people who don't plan for these things, right? Nobody plans for this. Nobody does. So again, you're going to have families going to be at home now for who knows how long. And again, it starts going to the ideas of, how are these families going to get fed? How are these, again, you don't ration for that kind of thing. And, you can't, most people, even if you did, right? Even if you did, how long are you planning out? I mean, are you planning out for 6 months, a year, 2 years? Who knows? Nobody knows. So, we're playing it by ear, but you have to at least start paying attention to your surroundings, and I started noticing that today. So here I was at the you know Walgreens, and the lady behind me starts coughing, right? And I'm not that kind of person, but I just turned around and go, "Whoa!" I just thought about it for a second. That's how, again, that's how, yeah, people just can't. Yeah, I'm right there with you. People just can't go through it, and it's, you know, shout out to everybody that's here. Just, hey Cynthia, hey Cindy, hey Tori, what's going on, my friend? Love what you do as well. Love you do that. You show stuff. I just started watching and seeing what you do, but you know, the things the things that you can prepare for, you can only prepare so much for, uh, because again, everybody's now going to be in a mad. I figured, well, things will start dying down. You could go back to the store, things go back to normal. No, that's still not the case. It's like it's ramped up, so um, you know, get ready for it, everybody. It's here. Um, when they're holding press conferences at the White House, at the governor's mansion, and down when they're doing it at the Capitol, and then they're doing it here at City Hall, and yeah, not yet, but it's close enough, where they want to close down schools, and again, people have that using, who knows, daycare workers. Those are another set of people that are probably affected. You're not going to take your kids to daycare. How those people get paid? Most of those are privately owned. They depend on that money. So hopefully there's some kind of they're acting some kind of emergency subsidies. I don't know. I got to look into it, because we're all just playing it by ear right now. I think everybody is. Nobody has a real answer. Nobody has. I'm pretty sure they're working for Kier. I'm pretty sure they're scrambling. I know. In Australia, they've been able to. I was watching a BBC documentary, and they've been able to at least isolate the strand. So hopefully they can start testing. And but again, it's all about building. It's all about getting data about it, finding out certain aspects about it. The what it affects more, who it affects more, what kind of even if you find a cure, how fast can you mass produce it? How fast can you get it out there? How fast is the turnaround on something like that? So we could be looking at months, man. It's it's pretty crazy, man. And I'm blessed right now to be in a pretty good spot. Lord has blessed me and my family, but not everybody's so lucky. So, man, if you can help somebody out, that's all I can preach out there, is help somebody out. Give what you can. There's I actually had a friend came trying to help me looking for eggs, and kind of helped her find them, and do what you can. I mean, and what you can do, what you can't do, and it's not all about monetary. It's if there's things that you have, again, you can hop on social media and use this platform to start. Hey, people need help. Listen, I have clothes to donate. I have this. I have that. There's things you can do, man. Again, it's all about taking care of. Yeah. You just you can only do you can do a lot. I'm not saying that, and it's not all about money. It's just it's a different world now. It's a different world, and you know, once we get when we get past all of this, maybe we'll look back at it differently. But as you're living through it, it's always something that it just frightens you. And again, I haven't been frightened by a lot of things, but this one worries me a little bit. Yeah, I'd be lying if I didn't. Now it does. I mean, I see all the stuff going and happening, and people just, again, the stores are madness, and news is madness, and um, you know, I just I just pray every day. Um, rely on the Lord. I got faith in what He says and what He believes, and um, prepared for whatever comes my way, as long as I know that I have my faith. So, um, you know, yeah, uh, yeah, that's again helping out, man. We need it. We need it as a society. We need that. You know, again, not everybody has the ideal situation. Not everybody can do those type of things. So hopefully I can provide whatever help that I can, and then maybe take your mind off of it with a little bit of entertainment for the next couple days. So let me just give a shout out to Eric, who's on Instagram. He was on, I don't know if he's still there, but he was on Instagram. He's going to be my guest tomorrow. He's a fashion designer. And then Wednesday, I have Elle Hoffman. We met on LinkedIn. She has a movement that she wants to talk about. And, there's something that she's doing called the Shame Free Challenge. We'll get into that more on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I have Melanie Ruelas. She's a content creator on LinkedIn, and we met as well. And she's got an interesting story. She's a single mother doing her thing as well. So I love bringing these people and these kind of stories to all of you that watch and all of you that join along. And again, I'm looking for a guest for Friday, so hopefully I'll have somebody then. But I got a few people lined up. But I just figure there's got to be, if we're all going to be quarantined and we're not, it's not mandatory lockdown, but not going out. They don't want you going out to the public and doing these things. So I figured I could put out a couple good vibes, hopefully get people's mind off of it, and, have them come and join me along for an hour, 45 minutes. And, just talk about life, just talk about the things that's really affecting all of us. It's, if you haven't been affected yet, watch out. It's right around the corner. They said that some of the people don't show symptoms for weeks and could already had it, passed it on to somebody. So that's kind of the frightening part. I go out right now. I'm still going out to my job, and who knows, what they're going to tell us there. Because we go out to job sites. I go out to job sites. I go to construction sites, and I don't know if any of you ever been out there, but they're not the most sanitary places. They're not the most cleanest. So, those places could be petri dishes for germs, and that thing's kind of scares me. So I take gloves. I have bleach wipes that I took that they have at my job, so I can clean off my signing device, my iPad, so they can sign. And when I give their paperwork, I'm trying to take precautions, and we have hand sanitizer at work too. But again, it's an airborne transmitted disease. So if someone coughs on you, you inhale it. Guess what? You got it, and you won't even know it right away. And that's pretty frightening. Again, I'm trying to protect my family, and I could be the one that's actually doing them the most harm. That's kind of, it's kind of crappy if that were to happen. But again, I can only do so much. I still got to keep the lights on. Still got to, I still got things to do. Um, I got to push forward with life. This is what I'm doing now. Pushing forward with my passion, pushing forward with the things that I wanted to share. So, um, I think so many people, and right now I'm working on a project that hopefully I can get done here within the next week, and I'll debut it on my LinkedIn account, because that's where most of the people that I'm doing these things for. So it got a lot of things working and a lot of ideas. You know, just things to keep my mind going and keep my mind off of all this other stuff that's going on. So, uh, hey, Oliver, Rob, awesome, Rob, appreciate you, man. Uh, um, this is again, this is the COVID-19 world we live in right now. So use video. Video is a great way to reach out to people. You can still have conversations. You can still talk, and you don't. Again, you don't get the you don't get the kinetic connection with people. You don't but again, you can still use the visual and the audio. You can still talk to those people and get your point across, and have good conversations with folks. God, you can use Facebook. You can use Zoom. Zoom's another one. Duo. You can use FaceTime. You can use Skype. There's so many different applications to reach out to people and have those conversations face to face. And there's no limitations. You could be halfway across the world. I can still communicate with you. So, there's no excuses. And again, this kind of brings home the fact that you're never promised tomorrow. You're never promised the next day. You're never promised the next hour. So, take advantage of it. Use your time. We all have the same amount of time in a day, and it's how we use it and how we share, how we reach, how we talk to people. It's that plays into all of it. And when my time is said and done, whenever that is, I hope that's what people remember about me. That he liked to reach out. He loved to have conversation. I mean, you'll be able to tell. Yeah, it is. But again, there's always we as the human race will pull through. That's not what I'm really concerned about. It's the collateral damage. What I mean by that is there's always people are going to die because of this, and you just don't want to be one of those statistics. You don't want to be the one that passed away from coronavirus. And I don't. I know I don't. I still have so much I want to do, so much I want to accomplish. So I'm taking it day by day, and it is. Yeah. He will. He does. You will be humbled. Yeah. Good for me that I pray every day to be humbled. I heard this one time, and from all people, it came from a Muslim. Muslim. He was a devout Muslim, and they were talking about God, and the person was saying, well, I pray to God that he lifts my he lifts all the weight off my shoulders. And the Muslim said, you know what? I don't pray for that no more. I pray to God to make my shoulders stronger so that I can handle the weight he knows I can handle. So, it's not about giving everything to him. It's about how much you can take from, and he knows how much he can give you. and how much you can deal with. So, you know, yeah, guys, um, let's be, let's do our best to spread that message, man. Kindness and love and compassion for your fellow man. Now more than ever. Now more than ever. It's pretty crazy. But I think all of us have the capacity to be that way. And it can go beyond this this epidemic now. Once we get past it, continue it on, man. It's a good way to live life. You really see the people who care about you. You really see the friends who want to be there in your lives. And I think, to me, that's what's been a learning aspect, is being so important, is just learning how to do that. And I know certainly I'm trying to change my ways a lot. I'm really trying to become a lot more self-aware of the situation around me, my environment, myself, things that trigger reactions from myself. I've started this journey at the beginning of the year. It's still an ever evolving process. Every single day I have to learn. And whether that goes through, faith, goes through my spirit, it goes through my mind. Those are all things those are all big, important parts that I concentrate just to try to make this world a better place around me, around the people that I love. So again, it's a work in progress, and we all we've all made mistakes. It's just knowing that, for me, just me, is accepting God in my life, and the sacrifice that He made with His Son. He paid for my sins, so accepting that, and just trying to live the best life that I can. Because I feel I owe it to not only myself, but to people who would want the opportunity that I have. So, and again, I'm not perfect. I never claim to be, but I don't think anybody is. But I'm good enough, and that's what I accept. Whatever's going forward, I'm good enough. So, thank you guys again for hopping on. I really do appreciate it. It's always fun to come on here and talk and reach out to people. So, hey, Mr. Hoover, what's going on? Appreciate you hopping on. Again, big shout out to everybody that's been on here. Jason Hoover, Old School Buddy, Oliver Aguilar, Rob Alassis. Me and Rob just connected into his content creators page here on Facebook, and I've seen him on LinkedIn. So he's a pretty cool dude, and I love his app. His TubeBuddy is what it's called, and it's a pretty good app, pretty cool. Carrie, thank you, Carrie. Thank you. Carrie's always on here. She's always good, and love her to death. And Cindy, and then Tori and I, again, with somebody. I would really like to connect with Tori, because I've seen he does radio. I think I've seen him do a few radio interviews, that sort of thing. Pretty interesting dude. Again, grew up from Lancaster, and man, I try to represent my town as good as I can, because I still live here. I know a lot of folks are gone, but I don't know, probably be buried in the dirt around here somewhere. So, again, but I don't. That's the whole thing, right? You don't ever have to leave your roots to go out and grow. That's pretty awesome. And again, everybody, I appreciate everybody that comes on here and spends their time with me. Gets to spend 45 minutes to an hour, and sometimes we get interviews, sometimes we don't. But hey, the challenge for myself this year was it's let's see. Oh gosh, I gotta see his name again. Yeah. ABRA. There you go. So if you see it in there, yeah. So that'll go out to all my that'll go out to all my different streams. So, and I think I even spelled his first name wrong. Gosh, dog it. TORRY. So yeah, we went to school together. Cool dude. And hopefully everybody that comes on here, I've had a few people that have Lancaster ties. And again, I don't know, something was in the water, that I've had so many lucky people that I knew that growing up that were creative people, that were creative aspect to their lives, and then having family that's in there. It's my guest tomorrow, Eric, because he's actually a family member. He is related on my mother's side. So, it's pretty interesting that he went out and became a fashion designer, and his story's pretty interesting. And he's created fashions that have walked on the New York runway. He's, created fashions that have been modeled and worn by Donald Glover, or his rap name, Childish Gambino. And, not to name drop, but that's pretty impressive. You go out and you do that sort of thing, and you make that your passion in life. So, kudos. I always give kudos to people that do that. Go out there and live their passion. They find what they want to do with life, and they go make it happen. And that's always pretty awesome to me. So, I had 3 people on Facebook. Nobody on Instagram. I don't mean on Twitter. Yeah, I got to build my Twitter, my Twitch stream up. I don't know about Twitch. It's kind of funny. Hopefully I'm having a website built so I can just stream to that instead of Twitch. Twitch stream is more like that's like really for gamers who go on there. My daughter wants to do that, and they want to go play their, I don't know, their World of Warcraft or Fortnite but esports is a big thing, though. Esports is a really big thing. It's getting big, and some people are getting good enough and they're making a career out of it. But again, it's just for me trying to figure this out and figure out all the live streaming stuff, because I want to add a few different tweaks to my show. So it's been fun, and those are things that I'm working on in the background. I'm working tirelessly to try to make everything to get a good presentation across. And so far, starting from scratch, I think I've done okay. I like the fact that you can grow doing this, and it's pretty awesome. So everybody, thank you for hopping on. Nothing but love and gratitude for all you guys for coming on here, sharing this little forum with me. And again, I'll catch you guys tomorrow night at 7:00. Tentatively, I don't know, of course. I'm having a few things done tomorrow that's supposed to help my streaming. So let's pray. I hope it works out good. But again, thank you all guys for hopping on. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Makes my day, makes me work harder, makes me want to do this more and more. So I'll see you guys tomorrow all night, 7:00. And let's have some fun, all right? Y'all be careful out there. Be safe. And, pray. Have a good night.